make it visual. Whatever you're working on, make it visual. Find ways to make a visual representation of your priorities, your to-do list, your tasks, your projects, whatever this is. You know, I've been a business coach for years, and I'm always a little amused when people say this. Well, I'm just a visual learner. And I'm like, yeah, so is every other human on the planet. There's no one in the world that goes, you know what? I'm not very visual. I don't like to see it. When I see it, I just get confused. Like I've seen it now. I don't know what to do. No, we are all visual. We are all visual learners. It's how we consume information and how our brain processes it. So make it visual for yourself. How can you make your tasks, your calendar, your projects visual? I'll give you some very tactical examples of things that I do, okay? I use my phone calendar, which of course is synced to my computer, so I know where I'm supposed to be when I use the calendar on my phone and on my computer. I also have a dry erase calendar on my fridge. And this has what is going on for the week. Who's picking up what child, who's taking what child to what therapy, who's taking Carter to tennis, who's taking Mary Grace to dance, who's doing pickups, who's doing drop-offs, who's got appointments, doctor's appointments, all the things. It's on the fridge. And here's why. It gives me this central visual location for me, my husband, my mom when she helps out, our part-time house assistant when she helps out. It gives all of us this same central visual to go by. And it's funny because sometimes my husband will ask Carter something like, is it Spirit Day? And Carter will go, look at the calendar, Dad. Look at the calendar. We all have this central spot where we know what is going on for the week. It's not hidden on my phone and computer that my husband doesn't know about or Kaylee, our house assistant, doesn't know about. We all know, even Carter knows what's going on when it's Spirit Day, when it's dress up day, whatever's going on, we see it visually. So even if you use your phone and you use technology for your calendar, I still recommend a visual representation, especially if you have kids and you got a lot of people helping, the village is raising the kids, you have a lot of people and a lot of help. It gives you a way for everybody to stay on the same page. So that's one example is the dry erase calendar, which as a pro tip, don't use dry erase markers. Use wet erase markers, like the old school projectors when we were in middle school, y'all, because then when your kid walks by, just swipes that sucker, it doesn't wipe off unless their hands are wet. And then you do have to start over. But it helps you if you have wet erase markers. So that's one example with the calendar. Another example, I use the project management program called Trello. There's lots of different programs. But what I like about Trello is I'm able to create a card for a task, or Christina does for me, more likely. And then I can see in my column what I'm supposed to do. And when I'm done with it, I literally drag it over to the next column, which is return to Christina. And then Christina does whatever she's supposed to do to execute it, fulfill it, and then it gets moved to done. It's a visual representation of the to-do list. Here are the projects, here are the tasks. We make a card, we drag it to the next column. There's something very gratifying about seeing things make progress. In fact, y'all, research shows this. The most motivating thing in the world, according to research, is seeing progress. Not money, not time off, not vacations, not rewards, not even compliments. If you want to motivate your team or motivate yourself, you need to see progress. You lose 5 pounds, you're like, oh yeah, I'm about to go for a run today. You want to run more. You want to eat better. You want to eat a salad because you've seen progress. You don't see progress? The opposite is also true. You just want to give up. You don't even want to try. So implement visual representation of your tasks and projects and to-do lists and calendars so that you can see this progress. In fact, research also shows that when we check off something on our to-do list, or we move the card over, or we knock something out, our brain releases dopamine, this feel-good hormone that says, hey, do that again, do that again. It incentivizes us and rewards us to want to do more of that. So set up your schedule, your projects, and your tasks in a way that works for how your brain already works. Yes, you are a visual learner. So yes, make it visual, whether that is a wet erase board on your refrigerator or Trello for your projects, or maybe just a goal tracker that you use for paying off your debt or your financial goals. Whatever it is, make it visual. When you make it visual, you are going to make it so much easier on yourself to make progress, keep track, and get hours back in your time.